Good evening and welcome. My name is Mary Coburn, and I'm delighted to be the minister and celebrant of Freddie and Teresa. We're just about to begin, so please take the next few moments to make certain anything that might ring or buzz or beep is silenced for this ceremony. Thank you. Let your presence be welcome and your hearts be glad. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And in winter, the season in which we draw close to hearth and home, we gather in the presence of God and this company to witness and and celebrate the marriage of Teresa and Freddie. In every culture, in every faith tradition, through all the ages of humankind, families and friends have gathered as we do today to celebrate, to bear witness as two individuals pledge themselves to one another in marriage. It is a promise of profound significance, a declaration to God, to one another, and to the world that says, I choose you. I choose you over all others, every day, for all the days of my life. This evening, Freddie and Teresa make that pledge to one another and step into a new life as husband and wife, crossing a threshold, uniting their lives, their future, and their families. Through the challenges of the past 22 months, we've had a chance to reflect more deeply on that which we hold most dear, the gift of life, the gift of love, and the gift of each other. And what brings us together today is love. Teresa and Freddie know that as they look out over the faces in front of them today, how very thankful they are for you, for parents, step-parents, grandparents, godparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends from every stage and age of their lives. To be able to share this happiest of days with you means the world to Teresa and Freddie. And to those who have traveled to be here, thank you for making the journey. Your presence is so welcomed and appreciated on this special day. As Teresa and Freddie are surrounded by the people who mean the most to them in this world, we are mindful of beloved grandparents and other family members who have passed, who, though they are always held in the hearts and minds of those who love them, are so deeply missed, especially on important days like today. We give thanks to God for their lives and their journeys on this good earth. Now, each of us have our stories, unique unto themselves, punctuated with the sweetness of humor and surprise, poignancy and wonder. This is a love story. It is the story of how one young woman met one young man. It is the story of their journey to this day. The first chapter of Freddie and Teresa's story opens way back in 2012 when Freddie was a sophomore and Teresa a junior at North Haven High School. Teresa was a facilitator in an alternative PE class called Project Adventure, and Freddie was one of the participants. The class involved a lot of outdoor activities like rope climbing, tree climbing, and zip lining. This was kind of perfect for them to meet because they both loved the outdoors. Now, truth be told, there was, from the very beginning, a certain flirtation between Freddie and Teresa. Having sustained a concussion during football, Freddie had to remain on the sideline of the class for a while, and he used that opportunity to drive Teresa crazy, as she admits. She took her role as class facilitator seriously, and Freddie was not a cooperative student, giving her a hard time about doing warm-ups for the class. But he soon realized that the care and concern that Teresa brought to the class was a quality that he quite admired in her. She had a way of bringing the best out in each student, challenging them to reach higher. Freddie saw a glimpse of who Teresa was and always looked forward to this class. He also loved her bright smile. The more Teresa came to know Freddie, the more intrigued she was. She saw that kindness underscored his sense of humor, and she liked that about him. In addition to the way he cared about people, his athleticism, his competitive nature, how he would go out of the way to say hello to her, and his smile that could be seen across the room. The first time they hung out together outside of class was at a small gathering at a mutual friend's house who lived down the street from Teresa. When the evening came to a close, Freddie walked Teresa home, and they shared their first kiss under the streetlight. Soon after, they officially started dating and marked February 6, 2012 as their anniversary. Now with graduation came many changes and challenges when Teresa moved away for college. Not seeing each other every day as they were used to doing wasn't easy and resulted in some serious soul searching. What did they want from their relationship? What did they want for their lives? And what did they not want? As time unfolded, they realized with a growing conviction that they had found their home in each other's heart, and what they wanted was to be together. Today is just shy of their 10th anniversary of being in a committed relationship. And over the decade, Freddie and Teresa have grown into a love and respect of one another that is rooted in an understanding of who they truly are. They have essentially grown up with one another, moving from their teenage years into their young adult lives. They have seen through some difficult times together, and it has made them stronger and more certain of their love. They support, encourage, and champion each other. They are each other's cheerleader and biggest fan. Their honest desire to be in each other's life brings the deepest sense of fulfillment. And that is what happens when you discover the person you love is also your best friend. Teresa loves Freddie's determination and perseverance, his honesty and loyalty, his empathy and willingness to help others. He is gifted with creative passion and individuality that Teresa has always admired. Because of Freddie, she's learning to relax and go with the flow. He inspires her to look at things from a different perspective, to be more flexible, and realize that it's okay if everything doesn't go the way it was originally planned. That feels infinitely liberating to Teresa. She appreciates that their relationship has inspired in her a truer sense of self-advocacy and resilience, and that as long as they continue to communicate and be present for each other, there's no hardship or goal they cannot conquer. Freddie has always loved and appreciated that Teresa brings the best out of him and others. It was obvious in their first class together, and he experiences it now as well. She's such a hard worker and has a way of encouraging and pushing him to go the extra mile. When things go wrong, she can reorient his perspective to look for the positive, the brighter side. Teresa motivates him and also brings out the kid in him. She has the biggest heart. She's caring, loving, and family-oriented, and is always there for him. Freddie values what they have learned in becoming homeowners together, the strength of partnership and teamwork they have experienced in building their life together. And now I'm so honored to ask Teresa's sister and maid of honor, Christina, to share with us a reading from the first epistle of John.
My dear people, let us love one another, since love comes from God. And everyone who loves is begotten by God and knows God. Anyone who fails to love can never have known God, because God is love. God's love for us was revealed when God sent into the world his only Son, so that we could have life through him. This is the love I mean, not our love for God, but God's love for us, when he sent his Son to be the sacrifice that takes our sins away. My dear people, since God has so much love, we too should love one another. No one has ever seen God, but as long as we love one another, God will live in us, and his love will be complete in us.
Thank you, Christina. Now, Teresa and Freddie knew that at some point they would marry. But when a proposal would come, Teresa could only wonder. It was the summer of 2020, and they made last-minute plans for a much-needed weekend getaway. Freddie's friends and groomsmen, brothers Alex and Evan, were invited along, and they headed towards New Hampshire for some outdoor adventure. Also, at the last minute, Freddie decided to bring the engagement ring he had gotten for Teresa, which put a whole new spin on the weekend's itinerary. Anticipating that Teresa might accidentally find the ring, which was hidden in a backpack, Freddie gave the ring to Evan for safekeeping. On Sunday morning, before heading out on their last hike of the weekend, Freddie asked the brothers, "You've got the ring, right?" The answer to that question turned out to be, well, yes and no. They had the ring, they just couldn't find it at that exact moment. Freddie was nervous enough, but this really ratcheted it up. How to search for the ring without Teresa getting suspicious was also a concern of Freddie's, but after a few minutes and some anxious scrambling around, the ring was found and all was well. At breakfast, Freddie found that he was entirely too preoccupied to eat. As they hiked, Freddie noticed that Teresa was fidgeting with her promise ring. He wondered if she was doing that unconsciously because she knew a proposal was imminent. But Teresa admits she had absolutely no idea. What Freddie knew was that this was far more stressful than he ever anticipated, and the sooner he got the ring on Teresa's finger, the better. A little later, out of the corner of her eye, Teresa saw something fall out of Alex's pocket and brought it to everyone's attention. Alex was in possession of the ring at this point, and the boys freaked out, thinking it was the ring. It was Alex's license. But Alex and Evan also felt that the sooner Freddie got the ring on Teresa's finger, the better for all of them. And then the window of opportunity opened, and Freddie seized the moment. With Teresa distracted, reading about the history of Flume Gorge, Freddie got the ring from Alex. He asked if his friends would take their picture, and as they did, Teresa, as if in slow motion, saw Freddie get down on one knee. And Freddie asked a very, very surprised Teresa if she would marry him. And Teresa, once she could speak again, said yes. It was a beautiful day, she says, and I couldn't have been more surprised. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, there is simply nothing finer that we get to do in this lifetime than celebrating love, especially with family and friends. Neither Teresa nor Freddie could have known the day they first met how profoundly their lives would be changed by one another, and how the vision each held for their individual life would open and expand to include the other. Because love always catches us and takes us by surprise. We cannot anticipate it, and we cannot will it into our lives. What we can do is pay attention to our hearts and begin the lifelong journey of discovery love requires us to take. In the celebration of marriage, we acknowledge and share in the joy Freddie and Teresa feel in joining their lives. Love is, above all, a power, an energy. And when you join your life with the person you love, that love touches those around you and moves out in ever-widening circles, blessing one another and our world. This is the power of love to transform, to heal, to empower others it touches. In the 15th century, a humble Catholic monk named Thomas à Kempis wrote, "Nothing is sweeter than love, nothing stronger, nothing higher, nothing wider, nothing more pleasant, nothing fuller or better in heaven or earth, for love is born of God." We join our lives together in search of something greater and richer, something that transcends our solitary lives. It is love that gives the deepest meaning to our lives. It is our highest calling, our greatest purpose, and our finest achievement. And now, Teresa and Freddie, if you would face each other and join both hands, using these next few moments to quiet your hearts and minds as you prepare to take your vows of marriage. Do you, Freddie, take Teresa to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, remain true to her through all the days of your life?
I do.
Do you, Teresa, take Freddie to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, remain true to him through all the days of your life?
I do.
Freddie and Teresa have written their personal vows together, conceived as shared promises, echoed by one another, and spoken in context of a singular vision.
I, Freddie, choose you, Teresa, as my wife. I promise to love you and support you.
I, Teresa, choose you, Freddie, as my husband. I promise to respect you and honor you. I will be your loyal companion, your other half.
I will be your faithful partner, your best friend. Today we promise
To listen to one another,
to embrace each other's vision,
to enjoy life's simple pleasures,
to laugh together often.
to keep our hearts young,
Even as we grow old, I give you my all through happiness and sadness.
I will stand by you through success and adversity. We will adventure together
Hand in hand,
wherever our path takes us,
living, learning, loving,
together.
forever.
Bless, O Lord, these rings, and grant that those who give it and those who shall wear it may remain faithful to each other and abide in thy peace and favor and live together in love until their lives end.
Teresa, I give you this ring as a sign that I choose you to be my lover, my partner, my best friend, today, tomorrow, and always.
Freddie, I give you this ring
As a sign that I choose you
as a sign that I choose you to be my lover, my partner, my best friend,
today, tomorrow, and always.
today, tomorrow, and always.
Freddie and Teresa, each year when you come up on January 21st and celebrate your anniversary, I encourage you to rededicate yourselves to the vows you just took. Today you begin the newest chapter in your ongoing project and adventure story. Always remember what brought you together. Foster your friendship and partnership, keep your sense of humor, encourage each other's growth, honor and support each other's dreams, and be joyful in the knowledge that you are loved and valued. Celebrate abundantly the remarkable experience of what it means to be alive in this world, together on your journey through the whole of life, and let love always be your guide. Family and friends, I invite you to please stand and remain standing for the pronouncement and recessional. Freddie and Teresa, in the presence of God in this company, you have offered your vows and rings to each other as a symbol of your love and commitment. May your life together be full. May your hearts always be open, joyful, strong, and wise. And may together you live in peace all the days of your life. By the authority granted to me by the state of Connecticut, it is my honor and privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations, Freddie. You may kiss your wife.